Hey, so, it's great to be back.
Yeah.
And what else is cool is everything costs more.
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
Except if you're in other countries where things can cost less.
Oh.
And what if you wanted to take advantage of that? Or what if your favorite show isn't available in your region?
Well, Adam, I don't have the money to move.
Well, you could, instead of moving, use NordVPN.
Oh, that sounds much cheaper.
Now, the promo code is DANGLE, and you can get your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/dangle to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus 4 additional months on top. It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee, and they have over 5,000 servers, which means that, you could give a streaming service in another country a shot.
Whoa.
And they wouldn't even know.
What?
Isn't that crazy?
Is this illegal?
No, it is not, actually.
It's
it
not
is not.
illegal.
Here's
Got
the
it.
thing.
Okay.
You can... this is the thing, man. Like, this is a... the coolest part about Nord is also the security aspect of it. Grab your exclusive NordVPN deal by going to nordvpn.com/dangle to get a huge discount off your NordVPN plan, plus 4 additional months on top. It's completely risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. It's secure, it's encrypted, and if you're tired of things being more money, you should try Nord. Let's start the show.
The Steve Dangle Podcast with your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Let's go!
Okay, Drew and Stu doing a live stream. If you like football,
Yeah.
the game went past midnight last night, Toronto time, because of the Lightning. Not the hockey team.
No.
The Lightning kind of stopped it for about 20 minutes in there. But Drew and Stu are doing a live stream 8 o'clock this weekend. It's going to be Bills-Ravens, which is going to be a great matchup. Drew is a huge Bills fan. A lot of people in Southern Ontario are, and they're wrong, but that's okay.
Wow.
People are allowed to make the wrong choice. The Steelers are the correct choice.
Damn.
But yes, Drew and Stu, kind of like watch along just like what Steve and Jesse and I do. But it's Drew and Stu.
Is this why you're so passionate about Dubas and Crosby and the Penguin? Like, you're just a Pittsburgh sports guy.
I am. I do pay particular attention to Pittsburgh sports. I do follow a lot of like Steelers like beat writers and stuff like that. It's
Big Pirates guy?
but no one is a big Pirates guy.
Okay.
Not even the owner of the Pirates is a big Pirates guy. Pittsburgh people know.
Well, 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Like even the commissioner is not a Pirates guy. Did you hear that this summer? The commissioner's
No.
When they asked the commissioner, I think it was on Pat McAfee, they were like, hey, so the because they want a cap, right? And with a cap comes a floor, meaning you have a minimum spend.
So he doesn't want it.
Yeah, the commissioner wants a minimum spend.
Oh, no, of course.
Because the commissioner, they brought up Pittsburgh because Pat McAfee is from Pittsburgh. And he said, yeah, we're going to have to do something there. Because this guy, I think he's only signed one free agent since like 2016. Like everybody, like it's like
Are
some
they just all
bizarre
draft
stat.
picks?
Yeah. Or it's like a bizarre, there's like some bizarre stat about it. And it's what's crazy about it is they drop guys like IKF, who the Jays just signed. They dropped him before they had to pay him a $250,000 bonus.
Got it.
And they did that last year to, who was it, Jesse?
They've done it this year to a couple guys. So yeah, bonuses will be coming up due. Guys will be hitting milestones, be like, okay, 100 strikeouts and you get this bonus. And the Pirates are notorious for dropping them like a week before they hit those bonuses. It's really shady stuff.
Yeah, they're the worst.
Yeah,
they're worst.
But I think 2 players this summer. Yeah, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa was one of them, and another guy, I forget his name. But yeah, the owner's just terrible.
And last year, it was another former Jay who was waived or sent down, actually, right before he was due to hit his bonus. And it was like a plate appearance bonus.
They just send them down. There are major league players that should not be in the minors that they're sending down so that they don't have to pay these bonuses.
And this is what Drew and Stu are going to talk about?
No, not at all.
Oh,
no.
You guys went off somewhere else.
Yeah,
I did that. That's my fault. That's my fault.
I also want to show you this. Now, Steve, you're Italian.
Half.
This weekend is the Italian Grand Prix. And when we talk about media scrutiny and fans being interested in a sport and excited about a sport, and oh my God, they're too passionate. It's too much.
Yes.
I want you to look at this picture of Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc
Okay.
meeting. They literally are like
Fans!
dual popes.
Arrest them! All of them! Ah! Oh, wait. No, sorry. So in racing, this is regarded as a good thing.
Yes, we like. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
Yeah. Anyway, so I thought I'd show you that to say, hey, in other sports, people expect fans to be ballistic. It's crazy.
Oh, Europe.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that's a beautiful church there.
Europe's so silly.
Yeah.
That's a church, right? I assume.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a Walgreens.
They look.
Yeah.
they
It might
look
be
like-
now.
It could be.
Maybe a Longos. Yeah, they got Longos in Italy.
It's a Hard Rock Cafe, actually.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's a. I just thought that was a pretty cool picture. I can't imagine what it's like to drive for Ferrari and go to Italy. Anyway, our good friend Tim Haraney from Nailing the Apex is in Monza at the track this weekend. He was at the Dutch Grand Prix last weekend. He said the Dutch know how to have a really good time. So he said it was an absolute
They're not
blast.
known for that.
And I think he biked to the track
That's awesome.
in typical
Tell him
Netherlands
he's
style.
a nerd.
Yeah. Oh, you pedal biked, you nerd.
Nerd.
Okay, so let's get into it because we have to start today's show with not a big deal.
Oh, it's not a big.
Guys, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Okay?
Are Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau about to walk through that?
They might.
Oh, wow.
I keep getting told that there's a particular Edmonton Star player who's out of contract at the end of the year, and that's not a big deal. And the question is, what are the Oilers going to do with Matthias Ekholm? I'm kidding. He is up. But it's Connor McDavid. And we were told that it wasn't a big deal. And
Well,
Chris
Adam-
Johnson yesterday on the CJ show said, I think he wants to wait. I think he's comfortable waiting. I don't think there's a rush.
Yes, they're accurately reporting. When Connor McDavid signs, he's going to sign a big deal. He has not signed, so therefore there's no big
Oh,
deal.
I see what you did there.
Guys, I think
Wow.
this is just a
Yeah,
misunderstanding.
maybe, you know what? It could be a syntax error.
I think
You're
it's
right.
our ignorant Eastern dialect that we have here. Everything's got to be West versus East.
Yesterday alone, 2 McDavid interviews. One with Sportsnet, one with TSN, because they're always very fair, right? So Mark Spector got the Sportsnet one. Ryan Rishaug got the TSN one. We got a rant from Bob Stauffer from Ched in Edmonton, talking about how Toronto's the only market driving this story.
What's the deal with Toronto? Ba-doo, baby-doo, boo, ba-doo, boo, 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 boo. That's just every Oilers writer ever.
And
Play
then-
the hits.
Oh, we're not done. Because David Golden Circle Staples called out 7 or 8 Toronto writers and commentators over the last 10 years
Baby-doo-bip-bip-bip.
talking about how McDavid really didn't want to be in Edmonton. Now, I can understand, actually, given the quotes that he gave us, I can understand why he's pissed.
That is one of the few things he has not bent the truth about.
No, he's 100% right. Now, the Stauffer rant's interesting because he's basically like, who's driving this? Now, Bob Stauffer, who, again, we put him on the Mount Rushmore of great, knowledgeable, intelligent, on-air people in
Reasonable
Edmonton.
Oilers media.
Yes. But he said, who is driving this? He's like, I think it's those people in Toronto. And David Staples, because he had the door opened. Then
I'm just going to play Seinfeld
he
music every
unloaded
time
on,
Edmonton.
I'm just going to run the
mentions
names. I'm going to run the names over the last 10 years. Justin Bourne.
Oh, he like named people? I haven't read this. So
Yeah. I'll
Can
bring
you-
it up. I'll bring it
Okay.
up. But I'm just going to give you the names first. Justin Bourne.
All right.
Bruce Arthur. And again, it's an old quote because Bruce Arthur doesn't really report on sports anymore.
No, not at all.
John Shannon, friend of the show. Dave Hodge, who has not been on air for a while. Jeff Blair, who's usually a
Jeff
baseball
Blair?
guy. Sid Sixero. Yeah.
Can we get some people who are active?
And Cathal Kelly. And I'm like, is Cathal Kelly still working?
None of the. Okay, can you say the list again?
So it's Justin Bourne.
Not a journalist.
Yeah.
No, but we got one person who's currently working
Yes.
in media.
Well,
No,
they're
currently working in media, but like not
covering hockey.
No, covering hockey.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
Justin,
okay.
Justin Bourne.
Justin, yeah.
Active show that is on the air right now.
Got it.
Talking about hockey.
Got it.
One.
Bruce
Got it.
Arthur.
No.
John Shannon, yes.
Yes.
Two, so we got two.
Dave Hodge retired.
Yeah.
Dave Hodge was Ron McLean before Ron McLean.
Yeah.
I wanted to look up how old Dave Hodge is because I'm like,
He's in his 80s.
He's been around forever. He's 80 years old.
Yeah.
Very retired. Not relevant here.
Is he partially retired?
very retired.
He's
Very
100% retired.
See, Twitter,
Except for Twitter.
gives the illusion of this guy's still working.
Yeah.
But no, it's just yapping.
Yeah, well, it's like when Al Strachan was on Twitter. You're like,
Oh,
oh
for fuck's
boy,
sake.
God. So Dave Hodge, Jeff Blair, baseball.
Jeff Blair doesn't do hockey and stuff.
Well, he did a little bit, and we'll read some of these quotes.
He did like 10 years ago on like McCowan's show.
No,
Yeah.
he was forced to do Dangle Dial for a little bit.
Jeff Blair
he
is
did.
the baseball guy now.
Yeah.
That's not relevant.
You know what's crazy is even when he was at the Globe and Mail, he was a baseball guy. He was always a baseball guy. Sid Seixeiro, and this was I think that was a Breakfast Television quote that he pulled, and then Cathal Kelly.
Sid is a dear friend and not a journalist.
Yeah, I think Sid would be the first one to be like, I'm not a freaking journalist.
Yeah, no, I was just yapping. That's all I was doing. I was yapping. The Calder Cup means nothing. But if you think it means something, whatever. We're all just yapping.
Journalism means nothing.
Journalism means nothing. I want an all Gen Z, Gen Alpha slang version of Sid Seixeiro's show.
Okay, now he starts. Oh my God, that would be funny.
Skibbity toilet.
Sid reads Gen Z quotes or something.
On God, for real. No cap.
McDavid. He's coming to Toronto. On God.
I like this.
I hate this actually.
John Shannon. So if you go forward in David Staples' article number 2, because he's got the My Take section. He says, Ontario-based NHL insider. This is important.
Boo, ba-doo, boo, boo, boo. Oh my God.
Now, what's amazing is that David Staples knows who John Shannon is. John Shannon was the executive producer, the head of Hockey Night in Canada in its heyday for 20 years. 20 years, dude. And then worked at Sportsnet on the air after that. Okay? And John has a podcast with Darren Millard, who's now based out of Vegas. And it's called 100% Hockey. And he said, there are people in this is what John said that Staples is quoting. There are people in Edmonton holding their breath. I think there's people in the Oilers front office holding their breath. It's not going to be announced in training camp. He's going to go into the regular season without a new contract. And that backs up what Connor said. That backed up what CJ said, what LeBron said, what Elliot Friedman has said. John just said that. John said that they're all getting the same information.
Have they skipped the cope phase and gone directly to seething?
Yeah, well.
It sounds like they took the whole cope and seethe thing, and it's just seething time in Edmonton.
Now, Staples does say that he lived in Toronto a couple of times, and he takes a couple shots. He's like, the elites there tend to be obsessed with making it big in New York or London.
Boom, ba-dum, boom. What? What the
Well, we're not
fuck are you talking?
We're not elites, so we don't know. I don't know that's not true. I'm not an elite. I have no idea. But
I don't even get it.
but he then goes on and gets a little political. We're going to avoid that part. He says something about Alberta, instituting its fair treatment under the Constitution. I'm not getting into that.
We piss in round sinks here in Alberta.
Because we believe in being equal.
We stare at our
King
fellow
Arthur.
man in the eyes like a man. Just hold it
Would that be a face
in your hand.
That's facing reality.
That's facing reality. If his name is reality, I'm staring reality in the face. Member in hand, having a piss in public.
Now,
my name is David Staples.
If I were David Staples or an Oilers fan, I'd be upset with some of these quotes because he says it started in 2015. Steve Simmons said, there's a reason that McDavid looked unhappy. It's because he was unhappy. This isn't where Connor McDavid wanted to be drafted to. Remember in the draft lottery where there's the Connor McDavid?
I was there in that building. It was, the whole building got colder.
Okay, so that was real, right?
That was a thing. Yeah.
That was real. On TSN's The Reporters, which is where Dave Hodge's name comes in because that show's been canceled for a while.
Yeah. I don't know if I prematurely retired him, but he's definitely not active.
Yeah.
No.
Dave Hodge's thinly veiled disdain for anything associated with Edmonton and the Oilers and the then dismal Oilers. He basically he said something to the effect of that he wanted to clearly be a Buffalo Sabre. And would have seen a different expression on his face had those odds have held up. Because remember, going into that draft, Buffalo should have won that pick. And And I don't know if that's true.
I think it's extremely rich for an Edmonton writer to refer to anyone from Toronto having thinly veiled disdain for Edmonton, as opposed to just outward hostility from Alberta and most of the rest of the country.
Said the Toronto Star's Bruce Arthur, the Edmonton Oilers are going to have Connor McDavid's career to play with. That this is not good. Now, to be fair,
columnist,
the Oilers were awful and poorly run at the time.
How'd they win? How'd they get Connor McDavid? Did they win him? Did they pull him out of the bottom
Taylor
of a
Hall
cereal
and Ryan
box?
Nugent Hopkins and Niall Yakupov,
guys,
all in that 5-year span, 6-year span.
They were legendary. They were synonymous with cataclysmic failure.
Yeah, almost more so than the Leafs, except that they'd been to the finals in 2006.
Yeah,
which was such a great run.
It was a great run, and I was cheering for the Oilers, which is why they lost.
And he said more anti-Oilers abounded at the time. Bruce Arthur tweeted seconds after the Oilers won the pick, and that was the day Connor McDavid was ruined. Now, I get why he's mad about that.
Yeah.
Bruce, you didn't need to do that.
Okay.
But he's a Toronto guy. I don't know. And he said, if you thought the mind reading and body language hallucinations were bad, Toronto sports commentator Jeff Blair, Sportsnet columnist, reached a new low with his modest proposal that the NHL should have rigged the draft lottery to give McDavid to the Maple Leafs. Quote,
yeah, Jeff meant that earnestly. You're right.
What?
Yeah, Jeff meant that earnestly.
McDavid would have been of maximum marketing value and would have been the most immediate positive impact in Toronto. The Maple Leafs have bankrolled the NHL for a long time.
Correct.
It would have been nice to get a McBone thrown in their direction, you know?
No, and he
So
said,
I think
he
he's
said that
joking.
seriously.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Jeff Blair
Jeff
said
Blair.
that with 100% honesty, reported it, and said, this is fact. They should have rigged it. Like, what?
Now,
what are we doing here?
Blair went on to say, fairness sometimes sucks. You know, it was fair that the Oilers got the pick. Fairness sometimes sucks. Connor McDavid should be a Maple Leaf, and everyone knows it, including McDavid himself.
And I mean, okay,
I don't know that he thought that.
So
I don't
I'm
think he thought
talking.
that.
I'm talking about Edmonton media going for the cheap Edmonton points, the hometown rah-rah points. I mean, that's just another guy going for hometown points. Jeff's like, hey, we're all from Toronto, right? He should be here. And people read that and they went, yeah. And then we went about our day.
Right.
Yeah.
And we all moved on, and it's something that didn't need to be brought up 10 years later. Like, that's such a like a 30-second comment on a radio show, and we all go on with our lives.
Yep.
Edmonton media better hope this guy, let's pretend he signs an extension in June. Okay.
McDavid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's still a good outcome for you, but you got to get there.
Yeah.
If he signs soon, you're fine. But at the pace you're going at, you're going to burn out well before the Olympics. You can't do this all fucking year. You cannot do this all
can't
year.
wait for the
It's
first.
going to be like Mitch Marner, where it's once the puck is dropped, it'll be no noise.
I'm telling you, last episode I nailed it. You got to set a drop dead date for your anxiety, and then you got to be like a man
And enjoy
and
it.
do the manly thing, which is piss in a circle and bury your stress.
Yeah, and it's Connor
Bury it
McDavid,
deep
and he's
down
still on your
inside.
team.
He's still an Oiler. You could win the cup this year.
Justin Bourne, the otherwise sane and reasonable senior hockey columnist at The Athletic at the time, said on Toronto radio he hoped McDavid would ask out of Edmonton. And this is after the 17-18 and the 18-19 seasons, which were terrible. And Staples says this was largely due to major injuries to Sekera and Clefbaum. I think there were more issues than that.
Do you have any recent shit there, Dave?
He said, he wants to. I'm sure he wants to get the hell out of there, but that's not really a way to do it without creating some LeBron James-esque firestorm with the decision. I would love to see it. It would be great theater, wouldn't it? All I know is I really want this to happen.
I'm starting to get offended by being left out.
Bourne wasn't
We
alone.
have talked shit about McDavid far more recently.
Bourne wasn't alone. Bruce Arthur piped in. We'll need suction cups, ropes, flashlights, and hacksaws. We'll need a balaclava or two and a plan because it's starting to look like time to free Connor McDavid. Now, this continues, and I'm not going to...
He's because I haven't read the article. So like the way you did it, he's going through the timeline of McDavid's career of when Toronto commentators said that McDavid should leave Edmonton.
Yes.
Okay. They were hot ass. He was scoring 100+ points every year, and they were still missing the playoffs. They sucked.
And he thinks all of this throughout the years has compounded into what? What is like the thesis here in bringing up all of this?
I think the thesis is it was a jumping off point from the Bob Stauffer rant, which we have not played, which we don't have to play, but essentially Bob Stauffer was like, who's driving this? It's the people in Toronto.
Who's driving it like now?
Who's driving the story now?
Who's driven it like throughout the history?
Because Bob Stauffer said August 28th or August 30th or end of August, this deal is going to be done. It's not done. It's not the end of the world.
And there is no big deal.
And then he said, there's no big deal. And then he said, it's not really a story on Tuesday.
The greatest player in the world.
Okay.
Has no contract. And it's not a big deal.
And he did 2 interviews with the 2 major sports networks yesterday. And it's not a big deal?
Oh, so
it's a big deal.
We didn't skip the coping phase then.
Right. So
that on this though, like, so bringing that, like, what is the end goal with the old Toronto tweets?
I'll read you the final paragraph and we can discuss.
Okay.
Because it's conciliatory. He said, in the end...
Imagine having a device where you could piss and wash your hands at the same time.
No.
Sorry.
No.
To be fair, that would be really space advantageous. I don't know if that would be
100%.
sanitary.
It would keep people out of the washrooms so they'd be in and out.
Yeah, efficiency, man.
Cap space. We need to talk about crap space. We got to optimize our bathrooms. Sorry.
Yeah, nobody talked about the shitting sink.
Yeah.
Like, we got to talk about that one.
No, that's what goes behind in another circle around the urinal.
Because you got to piss and shit. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
You sit around it and stare at each other.
Dead in the eyes.
Like the friggin'... What's that Simpsons episode? The Stonecutters?
The ancient Romans.
Sing songs.
The ancient Romans
and
did
clank
do that.
your beers. Yes.
They did.
And they were a great empire for hundreds of years.
Yeah, thousands.
And we shall build a new pissing, shitting Rome in...
Starting at Edmonton. No, he said, in the end, and this is very conciliatory. I think he's going through all the grievances, and then he finishes with, in the end, I've met enough great Toronto fans and seen enough excellent reporting from Toronto sports commentators not to have any kind of major grudge against the Leafs.
Can you name them over a bunch of unnecessary paragraphs? Or?
I'd love to see an Oilers-Leafs Stanley Cup final. Outside of a Canada-USA Olympic final, it would be the biggest treat of the coming winter, fingers crossed. And I agree with him on that.
I mean, we've been begging for it for years.
Yeah.
And then it quickly became, what if we got out of the third round?
But I think...
Or out of the second round.
I'm bringing up David because he's a big columnist. I'm bringing up Bob because he's a very well-respected radio host, knows his Oilers. I'm going to get into Mark Spector and Ryan Rashog's interviews because Connor McDavid, the best player on earth, did 2 interviews. And those are the guys that the networks chose to put in there. And I think that's a big compliment to both of them. Mm-hmm. And so let's start with Spec's interview with McDavid. Tell me again, the thesis of my break here, of the way I wanted to start this is, it's a big story. Mm-hmm. And we keep being told it's not. It's a big story. Mm-hmm. And if it's not a big story, the reporters aren't going to ask about it. But surprisingly enough, in both interviews, they ask about it.
Hey, Connor, Mark Spector, first question. Does Burger's Priest suck? Or at very least, is it overrated?
I'll give Spec credit. Sure. He didn't start there.
Oh, okay.
He was talking about, he asked him about sort of like on his play last year. And it's funny because this is kind of scary if you're in that division. He says, I've had plenty of very good years, and I wouldn't categorize last season as one of those.
I mean, by his standards, he's right.
100 points in 67 games.
It's hilarious.
He said, I'm excited to see how good I can be. I want to prove that scoring 50 or 60 is not a one-off. I've had 50 goals. I've had 100 assists. And I like scoring goals a little bit more.
Connor McDavid had a down year last year by his standards. He had less than 30 goals, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think it's 25, 26.
Isn't it around there?
Ironically, he scored like one of the biggest goals of 2025, which was the Four Nation face-off.
Right, which wasn't in the NHL.
It wasn't, but I don't give a damn.
From a counting stats perspective, you kind of expect more of an offensive standpoint just from strictly goals from McDavid, right?
Yeah. And I think it sounds like he's like, I want to lead the league in scoring.
Yeah,
Our expectations are for him to always exceed our expectations.
Right. He doesn't want to look at his DB page and see 26 goals,
which is the least
not
since his rookie year, where he broke his collarbone and only played 40 games.
Yeah, that's
he had. Oh yeah, sorry, I misunderstood what you said. I'm gonna
no. I see you reading it, but it's
Idiot, face reality.
Adam was born in Toronto, so I assumed he was wrong.
In 67 games last season, Connor McDavid had 26 goals and 74 assists, which is a 100-point season, but you expect so much more from him.
He has 75 points in his last 2 playoff runs.
And by the way, only 2 seasons has he played and not scored 100+ points.
Good.
God. Listen, if you think it's not a big story, good for you, but it is. And you can see why Toronto or New York or anybody else that wants Connor McDavid would be salivating at the opera. 31 teams are like, yep, I like that guy. I want him. If he's available, we're making an offer. Now, on the contract, this is interesting because we talked about this on Wednesday, and I think this actually provides some clarity. He said, with me being me in this position in this market, people are going to talk about it. That's understandable, and that's fair. We've been at this a long time. We're here to play hockey. We have a job to do, and if someone is saying something or writing something and that prevents you from doing what you got to do, then maybe you're in the wrong business.
Bless you, Connor.
The wrong line of work. It's white noise. That's all it is. Interesting. He said, I'm just not in a rush to make this decision, which is what CJ said on the CJ show and has been saying on TSN radio and everywhere else, and The Athletic.
Yeah, but where's he from?
By the way,
Coburg. Is that far enough outside of Toronto for him to be correct?
You should read Speck's article, and you definitely should read Ryan Rashog's article too, because they're both different. They're both really good, both different answers. So going to Rashog here at TSN, he said, it's a big story, and obviously Oiler fans have been following along closely. I'm sure it's occupying a lot of your time as well. We haven't heard from you for a week or so. Any update on where things are at? And he said, no, status quo. He said, I'm in no rush. I'm working through it. Again, as I said, with my family, with Lauren and my agent. There is no grand master plan here. It's just simply, this is a big decision for me. It's a big decision not just for my life, but my career. I've been playing hockey since I was 2 years old. Everything I've put into my life's work is hockey, and that is a big decision in that. So I want to get it right, not just for me, but what's best for the organization. So a lot of that is going into it. And he's like, I don't want to feel like I'm rushed. And then later on, he talks about term length. And this is a part that I also wanted to highlight because I keep saying, and again, I have no connection to the McDavid camp, and I've never claimed to. So I'm saying guy should sign a 2-year deal wherever he goes and keep maxing out your deal. Ryan Rashog asked him about it, and he said, I would say that people that say that and talk about that side of it, like we're trying to hit some type of home run, I would say they don't know me very well, and they don't spend any time around me, obviously, because that isn't the priority. I think that's interesting. I think the guys within the Edmonton market understand that that what my desires are because they know me, and players understand where I'm at. And I think, but what he means by guys is the Edmonton media. So that's a nice little compliment, and I think that's good. It's not about trying to make the most amount of money. I think my former agent knows that. That's Jeff Jackson, CEO of the Edmonton Oilers. Given how the last negotiations went, it's about winning. It's about winning over and over again, and that's my priority. All with the understanding that I put a lot into this. It's been 25 years of putting a lot of everything I have into this, and my family deserves that security. They deserve the lifestyle that being a pro hockey player and being very good at it, and all the work that goes into it. So I'm trying to find balance there. So I think those are very interesting answers on where he's at. I think this is an enormous story. I think there's a reason that first week in September, we get 2 Connor McDavid interviews. This is a big story, guys. And as I said, it's big-ish now because training camp hasn't started. But every single day into this season that he does not sign, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we're not going to talk about it every show. We're not going to talk about it every week. but it's going to come up. And it's going to be something that, to downplay this, I think is to be dishonest, I suppose, is my point.
I just, McDavid talked about doing something for his whole life and enjoying the fruits of it. It takes a long time to come up through the ranks in media and make it to a certain level and, work for one of the big telecoms, one of the rights holders, right? And you build your way up, and everyone's waiting for you to say something because you're the voice, and you get up there on your pulpit that you worked an entire lifetime to be at, and everyone's waiting for the story of the day, and you tell them, actually, there's no story. This isn't a big deal at all. You talking about it indicates that's a lie.
Yes.
Come on. It's the best player in the world. Back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals, four-nation hero. He's going to be, one of the focal points of the Olympics. He's been eligible to sign a contract extension since July 1st.
For roughly 60 days.
I am shocked that a media corps that takes pride in and mentions with every second breath that they got to watch and cover Wayne Gretzky. I am shocked that they now have the best player in the world again and are saying anything to do with that player is not a big deal. That's a lie.
Everything he does is a big deal.
That's a lie. It's dishonest. Everything he does is a big deal. The stories you haven't talked about with Connor McDavid are going to be the ones you write about in books that you will fall over yourselves to get that deal for in 10 or 15 years once he retires. And the stories that you do tell, how many, like every day you get to work and you're like, I got to get to this Adam Henrique piece. I just got him. This is what the public wants. Mm. I gotta
Another piece about how
this.
Zach Hyman works really hard.
He works so fucking hard.
Man, he works hard.
Man, the guy works so fucking hard. Guy works so fucking hard. Guys, it's Connor McDavid.
Uh-huh.
He's the cash cow.
Well, with Leon, let's not ignore Leon.
Okay. But, I mean...
There's a slightly different edge to it, yes.
Batman has a hard time beating the Joker without Robin.
Right.
Listen, we always talk about 1A and 1B with goalies, or, we need a tandem. Yeah. When the playoffs show up, who's starting? Who's in game one? Gun to the earth. Aliens, the Monstars have got hockey powers. It's one-on-one. Who are you drafting? You have two options, Connor and Leon. Stop it. Everything he does is a big deal, and anyone who tells you anything different is a little liar.
Okay. Jesse. Mm-hmm. Absorbing all this information, because that was a lot. That's just in the last 24 hours. What are your thoughts on this story and where it goes? Because my sense of it is that after today, it dies off for a little bit.
Yeah, like when this thing continues throughout September, what more is there to say other than the contract isn't signed?
Right.
Like, because there's a bit of hypocrisy to continue the story and just keep peddling, oh, he's not signed, and needling the city of Edmonton when, like, last year, Mitch Marner wasn't signed. He went to training camp, talked about it going into training camp, and then once the puck is dropped, you're like, okay, Leafs are cool, let's go.
Or
like,
Stamkos the year before in
everybody's
Tampa.
Playing. Yeah, and Stamkos, same thing. Like, it was a huge story end of August when he called out his own general manager. It's like, I want to stay here and I don't have a contract. And we talk about it for 3 weeks, but then the hockey season's going on, and then we revisit this on June 30th when Stamkos still isn't signed, and they're like, hey, so we're not going to sign you. We don't want to pay you any money. And we're like, whoa, he's going to be a free agent and all that stuff. So I don't think it's the continuing story, daily McDavid check-in, where's the contract kind of thing that needs to go on for 180 days throughout the NHL season. That's absurd. It's okay, he talked about it. We got answers. He has time. He continues to say, I'm going to take my time. And we leave it at that. And then if there's news on the negotiations, if him and Judd go to Jeff Jackson and talk about things, if they go to Stan, then there's something to talk about. But if it's just daily McDavid check-in, I think that's just you're needling Edmonton for no reason.
Which we're not doing.
Which I think
we're not going to do.
And it's hypocritical because if somebody in Edmonton every day was like, "Hey, how's Mitch doing?" and just Mitch
we'd probably
check-in,
just ignore them.
daily Mitch check-in, we'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Shut up!"
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. So we shouldn't be doing that same thing there.
Now, producer Hayden has something to say.
What's up? Hayden?
What's up,
fascinated.
Hayden?
I was just gonna say, like, I feel uniquely qualified to talk on this topic as I have my own, in my opinion, top 5 player in the league up for extension. Like Kaprizov could sign an extension the same way McDavid could right now. Mm-hmm. I'd like to thank Edmonton fans for taking up all the noise so that I don't hear anything about Kaprizov right now.
Well, to be fair, no one cares about the Wild.
Yeah, I know. I'm the only one. I'm the only one in the city, I think. Maybe the only one in the country. But like, also, some advice for Oilers fans: once the puck drops, I'm not thinking about it at all.
No,
Exactly.
I am gonna watch. Again, like I said, top 5 player in the league on my team put up ridiculous numbers.
Yeah, and it's not just Kaprizov; it's Jack Eichel as well.
Yeah.
Like, where's our Jack Eichel isn't signed 30 minutes on the show?
Yeah, I think Frank Saravalli's been saying all year on Bleacher Report, I think is where he's at, that or all summer that they are already talking and that the number is going to be 13.
Yeah, but it's not signed.
It's not signed. But here's the deal.
If I'm a team, I'm creating space. I want Jack Eichel.
First off,
Next summer's going to be bonkers if these guys don't sign.
It's one of the meccas of hockey. Edmonton.
Oh.
Right? It's just not well,
Here.
Vegas is great, but Edmonton is a hotbed. And Edmonton, and a lot of people don't know this, is a media hotbed. Edmonton media, like there are more radio stations there per capita than there are even here in Toronto.
Yeah.
Like per population.
It's not like Vegas, where Vegas players say that people in Vegas don't give a flying
No, we're not saying that.
Yeah.
Edmonton is a very intense media market, a very intense fan market, very involved, Edmonton, like it's like my friends in radio there have said, like, listen, if you go in Toronto, if you're like, hey, we're going to be at so-and-so, nobody will show up because it's an enormous city. And for a lot of people, that could be a 2-hour drive and they're not doing it. In Edmonton, if a popular morning show says, hey, show up here, we're going to be doing this, a lot of people will show up. They're very active and engaged in their community. And I think that's a credit to the city. This is a story that will pop up again and again and again. Mm-hmm. I think the smartest thing that Judd Moldaver and Connor McDavid did was agree to sit down for an interview. Because I think they saw the beginning of this week and said, okay, this is heating up pretty quick.
Yeah.
We better just, Connor, why don't you go talk to them, give them the answers rather than, because in absence of an answer, people will start making them up.
Speculation.
Judd is a very, I don't have a ton of insight on most agents in the NHL, and I don't have a ton of insight on Judd, but I did have one interaction with him, and I just thought it was very interesting. Like when I did the player media tour in Vegas, delete, Henderson, Nevada, I talked to, I think it was well over a dozen players that day, and I met them. Some of them walked into the room that I was in alone. Mm-hmm. Some of them walked in with their team's PR rep. Only one of them walked in with their agent who introduced themselves, and that was Austin Matthews, who has been with Judd, I believe, for longer than Connor, because Connor was Jeff Jackson.
Yeah.
Right. He's an interesting character.
I've heard he's very energetic.
In all of this, extremely energetic, extremely passionate.
41 years old, has Roman Josi, Zach Werenski, Connor McDavid, and friggin' Austin Matthews.
And he revolutionized the old jersey number in the contract.
Oh,
He led the charge. Most of his guys, Josi has 5'9" in his. Matthews had 3'4" in his. And there were other clients as well. Connor's going to sign for 8 times 9.7. That's what's going to happen here. But I wish I was less caught off guard by the interaction, because I was.
Well, he made an impression.
He did, and I wanted my the subtext of, I think the face I made was, what are you doing here? But like, I didn't mean it to be, I like, what the hell? But he was the only one. So very fascinating character. And this will not be the last time you hear his name.
Right. Right. And that's going to be fascinating to see how they all handle this. But I, for one, am excited about this, whether or not it's being driven out of Toronto. I love a good story. And we in the media should love a good story.
Yes.
It's content.
I think
that's why we love hockey, is the good stories.
Everyone listening to the show right now, I need you all to take up arms, because we are going to war with a flaming battle axe against nonchalance everywhere. Because they are the energy vampires of the world. Everything is not a big deal. Nothing is a big deal ever. Connor McDavid. That's not a big deal. So one day it was Marner stuff. And why the fuck are we talking about this?
Well,
And
I kind of, to be honest, I felt like that too.
It was, yeah, but the fucking guy was yapping.
This is all a big deal.
It was.
yapping.
It was. I was just tired.
It didn't fall out of the sky.
Oh, I know.
And he initiated it.
His agent yapped, he yapped, we yapped, and all of a sudden it's a problem. McDavid yapping at a yap event.
Yeah.
It's okay to yap at a yap event. He yapped at a yap event. So did Marner. Marner yapped at a yap.
And he went to the two major sports networks, the rights holders.
Yeah.
And said, here's how I feel. Ask me.
And then what happens during the summer? A player signs and all the comments are who? Or a player gets traded who? Things are big deals. Get excited about things. And if you don't get excited about things, I feel sorry for you and also fuck you.
That's one thing I will say, is that when we started the show and we were like in our early 20s, I think one of the things that annoyed us was that we looked at the guys that got to cover, and it was mostly guys. That's why I'm saying guys. We got the people that covered the sport, and you could see sometimes and hear on the radio sometimes the cynicism come out. And I know we're guilty of that too sometimes, but ultimately,
the NBA has a big problem with that. You
roll-
turn on any show and they're just like, this game sucked.
I'm rolling into this studio every single time we get to do this. And
With
I'm going,
blood in your veins.
I love this.
Yeah.
And this is season 13 for us?
I think so.
Yeah. 13 years of this, and I cannot get enough.
Nope.
I was dying to get back to work to do
It's
this.
ramping up too.
Yeah. I mean, nobody's even got on the ice yet. Like, I think rookie camp starts this weekend.
No, like, I mean, every year it builds.
Oh, yeah, it gets bigger.
Yeah.
And that's why I think when something like this happens, I think you've got people who are I think they maybe have seen this before, and so they don't get excited about it. But one agreement I made with myself was, I don't care if I've seen this before. I'm still going to get pumped about it because I know there's a lot of people that will. And
Have you ever been to a concert?
Yeah.
They're all songs you've heard before. Like, what do you do? Boo! Play something I've never heard.
And usually sloppier.
Yeah, and also
Sloppier than the recording.
nonchalant. Ban every nonchalant from your life.
Yes. It's okay to be excited.
It's going to get worse as they get older, too.
Now, unless you guys have anything else to add on the Connor McDavid thing, I would like to move us on to a very interesting development that occurred overnight.
Oh.
Are you guys good with this?
Oh.
Anything else to add on Connor? Anybody?
Nope.
So, have you ever tried to purchase a car and they said, here's the price, and then you showed up at the dealership ready to sign the paperwork the next day and take the car, and the price was different?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't a monetary price. They told me I had to also take a horse.
No, you actually had to pay an extra $1.
Yes.
And that is real.
I was making a King of the Hill reference.
Yeah, okay, thank you for that in our Car Gurus ad, Steve. I really appreciate that.
Car Guru.
Yeah. See, Car Gurus doesn't do that to you. And if you don't get the niche King of the Hill thing, you will know that the price is the price.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the biggest shows in the world right now. And tell me about Car Gurus.
It's the #1 rated car shopping app in Canada on the
Actually,
Apple App
King of
Store
the Hill app.
and Google Play. Car Gurus has hundreds of thousands of cars from top-rated dealers to choose from, so you can get the best deal. And Car Gurus gives you control of how you shop, from your tools, your information, data-driven ratings, and Car Gurus will connect you with trusted dealerships when you're ready, ensuring a transparent and hassle-free buying process. Okay?
Wow.
Does that make sense? Is that good
That's
for you?
so
Where
good.
do I go?
Okay, well, you got to, if you want to buy your next car, go to cargurus.ca. Again, it's cargurus.ca to make sure your big deal is the best deal. CarGurus, CarGurus.ca, cargurus.ca. I want to introduce you to a new personality.
Oh, dear.
A new personality has emerged in hockey, and I love it. His name is Rob Hutson. He is Lane Hutson's dad. He's got 3 other Hutson boys who are all high-level players as well. One of them is at Oilers camps this year, trying to make the team. It's going to be in tough with some of the other young defensemen they have there, but he's going to try.
Adam, I got to stop you.
Uh-oh.
You're talking about a player's dad.
Yeah, but
You're talking about their family.
this is a player's dad who gave a 45-minute interview, 49-minute interview.
You could round up to 50.
I wanted to be exact because I didn't want someone in the comments section going, well, you guys thought the band was AI, and then you watched further and changed your mind, which a lot of Carolina Hurricanes fans were upset about from last episode.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Rob Hutson, co-owner of Barrington Ice Arena. In addition, deeply involved with coaching youth hockey, particularly working with high-level programs. He's the head coach of Team Illinois underage 16 AAA. He was also in youth development through the North Jersey Avalanche, where he runs a midget program. So this is a hockey-ass family. The Hutson family, they are all hockey. And by the way, Lane Hutson's mom, I'm pretty sure, lived either in the city or at Lane's place last year. Just like Austin Matthews' mom and sister moved to Switzerland with him when he was like 18 or 19.
Ovechkin's mom and dad. Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, right? Because you're kind of young.
Yeah, you forget that the athletes that's on the ice, when they get drafted in the NHL, they're still young children.
Kind of young. And let's not forget the most important part, rich.
Yeah.
So rich.
Still a kid in his early 20s who's like barely used to doing his own laundry and cooking a meal.
Yeah.
Like they're still children, even though they're out there on the ice getting paid hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars to play hockey.
And you know what it is? You know what I love about people who are young and rich? Is that is a recipe that never goes wrong. That no one ever has made a bad decision in youth with their money.
No, never.
Especially when they have more than the average person will make in 10 years. Oh. And that's, $1 million, right? Now, Rob Hutson did an interview with Grant McKegg, and this is his second interview with Grant. Now, Grant, if you don't know Grant, oh, baby, let me familiarize you with Grant McKegg. He is a Habs writer that Habs fans, I think he's one of these guys who's just a personality that's generally so Montreal.
Well, he's not like a homer, though.
He's a bit of a homer.
Yeah, prove it.
Here's a tweet from March 9th, 2015. I honestly have Dylan Strome over Connor McDavid. People will laugh now, but come back to me in a couple years and see who's laughing.
How about 10 years?
2016, January 16th. I love Matthews. He's a terrific NHL center and an exceptional draft pick. But at this point, Laine gets the nod with his upside.
Wow. Okay. Based on what?
Does what they are actually doing on the ice matter to the pundits when it comes to who might go first overall? No, given that Kakko and Podkolzin are outplaying him and have impressed before, Hughes is not the, quote, runaway leader to go first overall.
Jack Hughes? Podkolzin?
Here's another one. I think Kotkaniemi may end up being the better all-around player in terms of two-way play. Matthews is the better scorer and skater. Kotkaniemi, the better playmaker and defensive player. Not that Matthews can't pass, and not that Kotkaniemi can't shoot.
Madre de Dios. Jesperi Kotkaniemi versus Austin Matthews.
2018, October 25th. Edmonton's not happy. Toronto's not happy. Nylander for Puljujarvi. And a pick. Make your call. Pack your bags. Drop the puck.
What the fuck?
So,
This sounds a lot like a David Staples article, Adam.
listen, every city's got it. And I like that. Mm-hmm. You're right, Jesse. It does sound exactly. And he does write for the local newspaper.
Yeah, no, it just sounds like you're doing what Staples did.
And by the way, I'm going to shout out the Habs Reddit thread. That post that I gave you is from 2021. The reason that I can't go and check out Grant's timeline myself, as he blocked me years ago, and I wasn't even being mean. I just disagreed with him on something. And he's like, who the hell are you? Block.
Okay.
And anyway.
Are you blocked on Twitter?
I am. I am. Yeah. And I found that out this morning when I went to look at his timeline.
Okay.
Anyway, what is clear here is that Grant McKegg and Rob Hutson speak a lot. And it's not just on the air. When you listen to the interview, there is a lot of, well, you told me off the air that blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, so they're chatting. And there's nothing wrong with that. People talk. It's hockey. We love hockey. Let's talk hockey with hockey people. I listened to the whole interview, and they touch on everything from, Lane playing his off-handed side and how he was practicing that this year because Marty just kind of put him there. And he did it the best he could. It's interesting. Rob Hutson even talks about like what Kirby Dach might need to do to get up to speed, simplify his game. He's like,
and Bolduc
and Bolduc having huge hands and being a big man.
He's a fan of Bolduc.
Yeah, he likes Bolduc.
Yeah.
Likes Bolduc.
He just talked an odd amount about players who aren't his son.
Well, that you know what though, he was asked about it.
Yeah,
and he tried to answer like a hockey coach would, which he is.
Yeah, and I think you're allowed to provide commentary. He doesn't work for the team or anything. He's an outside observer.
It's just rare.
That is very true. To hear a family member talk openly like this about other players is very rare.
Maybe
not illegal.
Maybe Brian Matthews was like, Nylander and Hyman are great line mates. I haven't seen that interview.
Is that Brian Matthews?
I'm pretty sure it's Brian.
Is that
who is, by the way,
Brian and Emma Matthews?
Who's a very nice man, from what I hear. Like I've heard he's a very, very cordial. You've met him.
I only met him once, and I was just like, Jesus, this guy's very large, and also it was nice to meet him. He's a big guy.
All right. The thing that's making headlines this morning, as we record this, is Rob Hutson's answer.
No, call it what it is. The threat.
Rob Hutson's threat.
There you go.
No, they're going to put this on TikTok, and I'm going to get screwed.
No.
I'm going to get radioed myself.
It's going to get Instagrammed with...
Adam Wilde says...
not a picture of me. It's just going to be any generic Leaf fan, and it's going to be a security guard with a vest. With a bulletproof vest.
Hutson family issues threat.
I've had quite the week.
Go to 1043 of the video, Jesse. Mm-hmm. And this is about how Lane, and this surprised me. Surprised a lot of people. Lane Hutson not invited to the Olympic camp this summer for Team USA. What does Rob Hutson think about it?
You can just play the audio here, Hayden.
I mean, I know that he was motivated by being picked in the 60s in his draft year. Would it be fair to say that not that he needs motivation? I mean, he's one of the hardest working kids in the NHL, but do you think this only added a little bit more motivation for him, that he wasn't one of the 16 at the defensemen invited to the camp?
I mean, like personally, from my standpoint, yeah, I think he should have been invited, at a minimum invited.
I agree.
I think our family as a whole have made a big commitment to USA Hockey throughout the years, and
fair enough.
I don't know what Bill Guavin was thinking or what is, like I don't know him, and he probably obviously doesn't know Lane, so.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, I get it, and people don't always make the right decisions or whatever it is. Like we have to live with how they see it. We don't have to agree with it, but there's obviously this fuels anyone.
Okay.
If you're as competitive,
absolutely.
We can pause it there.
If you're as competitive as Lane is.
Now, there's a second part to this. But
really? Because that was spicy enough.
Bill Guavin.
Someone sent the quote to me, and I thought they made a typo because it just said GU-Avon.
Yes.
And it turns out he's Bill Guavin.
I I can't imagine that a man that was this involved in hockey for this long in the United States, in the Northeast, doesn't know Bill Guerin's last name.
Bill Guavin.
He might have just misspoke, but it's funny.
It is pretty funny. Well, he might have been
hilarious.
All right,
he might have been
reading.
Here's my theory for him misspeaking.
Yeah,
he might have been reading while he was talking. And you ever say
He's in the car? Have you seen the clip?
Yeah,
He's
but
in
at the
car.
beginning of the clip, he swipes away a text. You can see him do
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, your theory, that he's reading.
My theory is, I don't know what he was reading, but Guavin came out.
Yeah, it's hilarious, but I don't know if there's too much there to take away.
Right.
No. Well, there's hurt
There's
feelings.
the other stuff.
And he said,
hurt
my
feelings.
family has made a commitment to USA Hockey. We'll come back to that in a second.
Mm-hmm.
I want to mention that Lane Hutson finished 10th in Norris voting.
Yeah.
And that's for everybody of all nationalities. Here are the names of the players that were invited, and he was not included.
Got it.
And you tell me if he's got a point, because I think he might.
Their decor is insane, though.
Brock Faber,
Great.
Adam Fox,
Tough year, but yeah.
Luke Hughes,
Good player.
Quinn Hughes,
Great player.
Noah Hannafin,
Was Four Nation Faceoff.
Seth Jones,
Very good player.
Jackson Lacombe,
Underrated.
Charlie McAvoy,
Young.
Incredible.
Ryan McDonough,
Old. Still good.
Brett Pesce,
Good.
Neil Pionk,
Good.
Jake Sanderson.
Also young.
Young and getting better.
Sens fans are going to be pissed. I can't believe.
better.
Why didn't you call Jake Sanderson the greatest defenseman ever?
Okay.
That is the
Move on.
only designation you can give him.
Got it.
Brady Shea,
Good.
Jacob Slavin.
Underrated still somehow.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's a top pairing underrated player. Alex Vlasic.
Oh, from the Blackhawks? I'd have Hutson over him. He's good, but holy cow.
Zach Rowinski.
I mean, obviously a legend. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's so good.
So I think he's got a point. I think Lane Hutson should be there.
There's, I would say, 3 names on that list. Where if it's talent alone, oh man, at least 3, as many as 6.
Now, Lane Hutson, it's important to note, is between 5'10 and 5'11. They ask him, Grant asked him in this interview, hey, like, was he 5'10 and a half? He's like, no, he's 5'11. And then Grant.
I thought he said 5'10.
No, he said he's 5'11.
Oh, okay.
And then he said, you know what? When I was in my early 20s, because his dad played hockey in the ECHL.
Yes.
Rob Hutson played hockey in the ECHL, that is. He said, I grew an inch after 18. Some people do. Listen, I didn't.
As someone who is earnestly 5'10 and a half, I understand the struggle, Rob.
And what Grant mentions, and I think smartly, is the NHL and NHL teams are going bigger.
Yep.
And can you have 2 guys? Because the next question is about Quinn Hughes. Can you have 2 guys under 6 feet on the team? Mm-hmm. Now, you can have 2 guys under 6 feet at camp. You can do that.
Sure.
Who cares?
Yes.
I think they make a good point. Later on in the interview, though, this is where it really grabs the headlines. So 16:30, Jesse, roughly. And you're going to hear Grant and you're going to hear Rob. This is where it's interesting because the Hutson family are dual. They have access to both. These kids can play in Canada and they can play in the United States.
You want to play?
Yeah, 16:30.
Relatives that are Canadian.
Oh, I bet.
You know, it was hard enough for them to cheer for the U.S. when the boys are playing, but it would be really super easy if they were fortunate enough to play for Canada.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's fair.
We'll
That's
pause it
fair.
there. And he talks a little bit about how Brett Hull did that in reverse because he was not invited to a camp in the late 80s and then said, screw you guys, I'm going to Team USA and I'm going to finish 4th in every tournament. And he did.
Except for the 96 World Cup.
Oh, okay, they won that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I
gotta take my pound of flesh from
know.
USA.
I was 8 years old and I hated every moment of that.
That was
tournament.
horrible. That was horrible. Now, this is interesting because, as you guys said, you don't get a lot of parents talking so openly. So I like this.
A 50-minute interview.
My question is,
rare.
how does I know they're kind of lighthearted here. How do you guys think Team USA reacts to something like this?
I think he gets invited to camp even harder. Or he gets uninvited to camp even harder.
He's so good, you're not going to be able to keep him away.
I agree.
Although
with that.
I keep thinking that with Team Canada and Nick Suzuki, and I know there's some interesting things going on there too.
At the end of the day, it's not a massive deal that he's not there because he's not making the team.
Yeah.
I went over the United States decor in my Olympic preview video. Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Your top pair could be Hughes McAvoy, who did not play in the final.
Yep. Yeah.
It's real good. It's real good. So he was never going to make the team, but Neil Pionk's not making the team.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Lacombe is not making the team. Mm-hmm. I highly doubt Ryan McDonough is making.
I don't think Alex Vlasic's no disrespect.
Alex Vlasic is. I think 4 guys could break their legs, and Alex Vlasic's not making the team. As many as 10 could break their legs, and I don't think he's not.
Oh.
And I'm not. It's the Olympics.
Yeah.
It's an extremely exclusive club. It's really hard to make that team for any country, really.
Mm-hmm.
But he does not hide that he's upset about the lack of invite.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Which
hide,
you would expect, by the way.
Of course.
That's not unexpected.
Doesn't hide that he thinks it's a mistake. You know what? Of course it's not unexpected, but you rarely hear them say it.
Right.
Right? Which is why you have guys who run a podcast going, holy shit, someone actually said something. That's super interesting. But then to say, well, he could play for Canada.
That's a wrinkle, is it not?
It's an enormous wrinkle, and one that, I don't think American hockey fans will like. And I think Team USA, Bill Guerin.
Hey,
I have to bring this up at least once a year. This is the guy who, tomahawk slammed his stick over a teammate's head at practice.
Yeah.
You could go look it up. Just type in Bill Guerin /
I don't think there's any lack of intensity when it comes to Bill Guerin, is what you're saying.
Yes. I think he's probably handling that quote poorly.
You think so?
He probably...
I think he laughed it off. Listen, we had Bill on AP. He is funny.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, Jess, do you get the sense that Bill Guerin would handle that poorly, or who would he go, that probably wasn't the right call, and then move on with his life?
I don't know Bill Guerin well enough personally to make a judgment.
I'm going to call him. Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
I'm going to call him. Hey, Billy. I don't have his number.
He'd be like, what the fuck did you just...
Yeah, exactly.
Can I weigh in on the first part of the clip?
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I think that was the important insight there on what Rob Hutson is intuiting here. Mm-hmm. In that, initiating intimate contact with Grant McCagg.
No.
I think when Rob Hutson said, we've put in a lot of effort with USA Hockey over the years, I think that was the key to his whole displeasure with everything that's going on with Lane. Because Lane's not making the team. You're very right.
Yeah.
And USA Hockey probably looked at the situation and said, okay, we got a number of people here. Lane doesn't have an avenue to make this team. It doesn't make sense to have another puck-moving light defenseman here on that side of the ice, and he's not going to be on this team. So let's just leave him off. Let's bring these other people who might have better futures with USA Hockey, because a player like Luke Hughes, same age, has done less in the NHL, but they probably see his skill set as more useful to the future of USA Hockey, because they're going to need a player like that. So they want him there at the camp, right? But Rob Hutson saw everything that Lane did this past season on the ice, and everything that they've done off the ice was enough to play the Olympic body organization politics game to get his son there. And you mentioned Nick Suzuki and him not being invited to things for Team Canada.
He was this summer, though. I do want to clarify the Nick Suzuki thing. He was this summer.
Yeah, he was on this one, but in the past he has not been.
Which has been weird.
And that has come up because of his unwillingness to go to things like world championships in the past. Because as much as we think these decisions are on-ice decisions and player personnel decisions, a lot of what goes on behind the scenes is strictly politics and playing the game. And what Rob Hutson might have not realized is that even though their family has done some things with USA Hockey in the past, there is something there with the Lane Hutson situation that he has not politicked his way into that circle at this point in his career. He is not so undeniably great on the ice yet that he's going to get that invite. Will he be the next time around? Yes. He's going to be there in 2030 at the next Olympics in the winter.
And the World Championships in 20 years.
And the whenever he wants to play for Team USA, eventually Lane Hudson's going to be good enough to work his way there. But at 21, considering everything that kind of comes with it, clearly with Rob Hutson, he hasn't earned that right through the politicking or the on-ice performance.
So then
is how I look into what he said there.
So let me ask you, let me take it a step further. Steve, Jesse, I want to know this. And I'm going to go through Lane Hutson's stats with the various U teams because he's been really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So he played for the U.S. national team in their development system for a long, long time. I'm looking at like 2021. He played 39 games, 19 points for the U17s. And then for the U18s, he did even better, 10 games, 8 points. And then at the World Juniors in 21, 5 assists in 5 games. And then the World Juniors in 22, 8 assists in 6 games.
Jeez.
And then the World Juniors in 23, 4 points in 7 games, and then the World Juniors again 6 points in 7 games. These guys, he shows up for the United States. It's like the national program is all over his elite prospects page. So my question to you is this, okay? Jesse says he has not been undeniable enough, Calder Trophy, Norris votes to warrant an invite, and that's fair because rookies. I remember that with Sidney Crosby. He didn't make an Olympic team in his rookie year, and it was obnoxious, and he was amazing, and he should have been there. And Canada stunk at that tournament.
It wasn't just him either. It was Spezza.
Yeah, some other guys.
Yeah, when they went with all the old guys.
So here's my question: Is this non-invite really that Lane is new and hasn't warranted an invite, or is this a message sent?
Yeah.
Was this a message sent like as in you think you're further along than you are?
I think that's what I'm getting at more than like the number stuff. I think everybody knows that Lane Hutson is a great player and will be on this team eventually. It's that at this young age and where he is and everything that's with him on the ice and off the ice, USA Hockey is saying, you think you're in the club right now, you're not in the club right now. If this is strictly hockey, I think he gets an invite to this camp. Like he can go sit there and hang out with the guys. Like this wasn't an on ice. Everybody keeps saying camp. It was an off ice camp. Like,
yeah, it's an orientation.
Nobody skated at any of this stuff. Like we've been talking all summer. Like these guys had practices together. They just went there and shook hands and said what's up to each other
and did media.
Like Lane Hutson, if I think this strictly is just those numbers and everything is done, yeah, he's probably there. But there's clearly something with USA Hockey, and I'm not condoning it. I think it's kind of weird that all of this stuff is actually involved in sports when it should just be strictly performance, but we know the reality of life and workplaces. USA Hockey is sending a message to this individual and clearly to the rest of the people around him that, hey, you're not going to be here this time. Next time, yeah, you'll earn your way here, but this time, sit this one out.
And so their response is, well, maybe we'll play for Canada next time.
It's spicy.
So that's a shot across the bow both ways.
Play the game. Like he's doing the wrong thing with how they want you to play the game.
It's spicy as hell.
The way you play the game is Lane Hutson goes on a mic the first time he's asked about it by Eric Engels or Marc Antoine or whoever or Arpen Basu, and he says, you know what, I'm disappointed, but I'm going to work really hard for the next 4 years, and I'm going to get on that team next time, or I'm going to go to World Championship. I'm just going to work hard. That's how you handle it. That's how you play it, and that's how you get there next time. But they went, I'm going to play for Canada. I'm going to go up there and play for the other
Now,
team.
they can claim they were joking, Jesse.
Like,
Oh, yeah?
They could claim that. Oh, I'm just kidding.
We were just joking when we didn't invite you. You should have come anyway.
And I want to say one quick thing. We're going to use Alex Vlasic as an example. It's not a great example. It's not fair to Alex Vlasic. He's played on a just atrocious franchise the entire time he's been in the NHL. But 179 games. He has 49 points. Lane Hutson had more points last season. But there is a difference. Alex Vlasic is 24, and he's 6'6".
There it is.
Yep. Luke Hughes, 6'2", 21, same age. Bigger defenseman, more useful. That's why there's a better case that he has a future with USA Hockey more immediately than Lane Hutson, who's undersized, who they have enough of those guys.
And they have puck movers. Quinn Hughes.
They have it.
The league's best puck mover.
It made sense. Just take your comeuppance, work harder next time, and don't have your family going on podcasts complaining. It's not how it works.
Now, Hayden flicked the mic in front of his face, and I just want to know if the Minnesota Wild fan has any insight on Bill Guavin.
No insight on Bill Guavin. That'd make me laugh, though. Okay. The only thing I was going to say is, like, just to Jesse's point about the politics thing, isn't that kind of the reason McDonough's there? Like, I know he's been a great defenseman forever, but has he not captained Team USA before?
I think they like him from a culture perspective.
He's been there a long time.
Yeah, but like he's not making this team.
No, but that's why he got. It's what Jesse said. He played the politics for years and years, and then he gets the invite.
Ryan McDonough is exactly the guy you want at the we're all going to sit around and shake hands event. Like that's who Team USA wants there. And if they have a limit on the guys they wanted, like McDonough, performance-wise, probably doesn't earn that spot over Lane Hutson. But everything that goes involved with the let's go have breakfast together crew is McDonough gets that invite. And this isn't like an opinion on whether this is how it should be done, but this is how it is done.
Yes.
This is how they do it.
You can't play the game you'd like it to be the way you'd like it to be played. You have to play the game the way it is.
The way it is. You got to play by the rules.
Yeah.
Like the rules are in the board game. You can't just go make up your own thing.
That's not true, Jesse. I have a 5-year-old at home. He is an enormous cheater, pumpkin eater.
It's so funny when kids like that age cheat because they think like you don't know.
Yeah, like they've never thought of this.
No, yeah, they think you're just so dumb.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so smart for coming up with this rule.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
friggin'
you
cheater.
Catch him fibbing.
He's such a cheater.
Yeah, you're right. I've never lied.
Yeah,
before.
no,
Never.
I don't know what lying is.
Yeah,
I'm just your dad.
So again, not a quote that is like electric in its delivery, but very, very interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him Rob Hutson, Stephen A. Smith.
I wouldn't call Grant McKegg Stephen A. Smith either. I think that the interviews. Listen, it's two guys having a conversation, and they're both sort of low ebb guys. Yeah. But I thought that part stood out and and I think Rob Hutson with three other kids making their way through the systems. There's no guarantee they're all going to make it. But one of them's at Oilers camp. One of them is very definitely a Hab, and they're probably like, how long before we start hearing extension talks there, right?
Well, and Cole Hudson's a Capitals draft pick. Did you mention him?
No, I didn't mention him.
He's second rounder, 2024, 48 points in 39 games at Boston University as a defenseman.
That's insane for the NCAA.
Real
That's big numbers.
Player. You know what? Real good player.
Man, I hate the Capitals, man. They're so good at drafting. I hate them. Anyways.
Well, so Cole Hutson finished second at Boston University in scoring to Quinn Hutson.
Oh,
incredible.
Yeah.
Yep.
This, in a hockey way, reminded me of LeVar Ball.
What about that?
Just
like the dad? Like going on?
The dad who's raising his children to be professional athletes, and like the whole 49 minutes is incredibly insightful in how this guy is running things in his hockey life, because you hear about how much dedication he has to the rink and all this stuff he does in the off season and the training, how they keep it like a small group of guys and they all train together, and it does remind me of how LeVar Ball raised his three sons and eventually one fella of the NBA and that sort of stuff. But like he raised them from like the day they were born to be NBA players, and that's all they did. And he was successful in that.
Yeah.
With a couple of them. And same with Rob Hutson, where he's grown such a hockey family and he played himself. And it just reminds me of, and then now he's out in the media doing this stuff, talking about his kids and where they need to go and all that stuff. It just reminds me, it gives me the same vibes.
Well, let me, I want to.
And their mentality of like raising children.
I thought his mentality, you later on in the interview, and it's like way later on, they mentioned Quinn Hutson. because they were talking about Quinn Hughes and Quinn Hutson. So this gets a little confusing. But Quinn Hutson is in Oilers camp. He's 23. He's played 2 games for the Oilers, but he was the one that had 50 points in 38 games.
He is a forward
at Boston University. So excuse me, he's a forward. He's a forward.
Yes.
My bad. So Quinn Hutson is going to Oilers camp. And Lane Hutson plays for the Montreal Canadiens. And Grant McKegg said, listen, Oilers made the finals last year. Canadiens are a team on the come up. Let's say, hypothetically, both teams meet in the final. Who are you cheering for? And do you know what his father said?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He said, the winner.
Man.
And I was like, oh, shit. That is an insight into how that person thinks. And that is why I started this segment with a new personality has emerged. Rob Hutson is one to watch.
You know what? I bet Quinn Hughes, damn it. I bet Lane Hutson contract extension talks with the Montreal Canadiens. They're going to be like, you know what? We've worked our whole lives. We're going to give you a discount, though. We're going to give you a nice, cheap contract. Because that's just the way we're wired.
Well, okay, so Noah Dobson's at 9.5. Lane Hutson just came in.
Yeah, that's if you start there, I hang up the phone and call Grant.
Lane Hutson just put in. I FaceTime Grant.
I call Grant and I tell him about your bullshit offer.
And he goes, I said the same thing to Kotkaniemi when he asked me. Except the RFA offer sheet to Carolina. Nothing but could go wrong.
No.
I am curious about what that eventual extension looks like. Because listen, if the Habs want to sign him to 8 years, you got to do it now. You can't wait till July 1st.
You have 9 days.
Oh, you have 9 days until?
Isn't it as of September 15th?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
Sign an
the
8-year deal
CBA
anymore.
term limit thing kicks in.
So that kicks in now.
Yeah, like a week.
September. So I don't know if you can sign up to noon on September 15th or exactly how it works, but whether it's on September 15th or before
Or 11:59 or whatever. Yeah.
it's you have a week and a couple days.
Yeah.
So he's looking at potentially an $80 million contract in the next week or so.
He doesn't want to sign for that long.
Yeah, I mean, maybe not. What's the term limit after that is 6?
7 and 6. Everything just drops a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty soon it'll be 1. And then it'll go to non-guaranteed.
Non-guaranteed contracts will work like the NFL, and guys just get scratched on random days.
I don't want to go here yet, but I'm curious. What did the PA get in this negotiation?
The fucking dress code.
They got the dress code and bonus pool money
and
in
they
the playoffs.
can now advertise wines and spirits.
Oh, is that part of it too?
Yeah.
Dude, they got nothing.
No, those big deals.
I think they got their ass handed
They
to them.
did. They 100% did. They got taken to the cleaners.
Are people are players aware of this? It's bad when you look at it. You're like, you guys got kicked.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm blown away. Anyway, let's not go down that road.
I don't think a single one of us should care until they do.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. That's like, why are we here
You're right.
fussing about what the players got taken away if the players voted on this and agreed to the CBA?
Yep.
Not my money.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want.
Darren,
They said thumbs up, sign the deal.
the one thing I'll say, Darren Ferris, on the 100% Hockey podcast last week with John Shannon, said, I'm going to keep my opinions to myself on that. And then you could see he was like dying to say what he really thought, and then sort of said, well, I'm not the biggest fan. And
Call up SDPN there, Darren. You want a show?
And I'll tell you, there are rumors already that front offices don't like it either. Like,
No, they don't have a vote on that.
no, they don't.
It's owners versus players, right? So GMs don't matter in this negotiation.
Yeah. Anyway, so that I thought that was really interesting. So here's the thing we haven't done yet in the start of our young season 13. We have not had a press conference. So I would like to take the time now to do a little quick press conference.
We did on Tuesday.
Oh, we
had
did?
a press conference.
Dumb idiot.
Hold
on, though. No, the music's playing. Shut up.
The Steve Dangle Press Conference.
We had a press conference on Tuesday, and it was taken up by Steve Dangle wanting to answer one question in particular, and then we spent all the time doing that.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Oh, the Australia one. Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah. That was our press conference.
And then what was Wednesday? Oh, it was
didn't
my
get to it.
dead dog.
Yeah.
We talked about my dog who's.
Now, you've heard us talk about the Progressive Life Center before, but this is something that is, I think, really, really important here in the Greater Toronto area. This is a It's in Ajax, and it's for teens and adults with autism and developmental disabilities. And you got to think of it as like a training facility for people with autism and developmental disabilities. They're developing skills for life, work skills, and most importantly, I think, building confidence. So everything from fitness to job placement to writing resumes. It's basically a whole look at their lives and how they can help better themselves, which I think is amazing. And right, it's all about building confidence, coaching, practice, building skills, and we want you, if you can, to join them in a couple of weekends. Actually, not a couple of weekends, a couple of weeks. Tuesday, September 16th, Wine Dance Golf Club in Uxbridge. It's a beautiful course, 18-hole shotgun start format. Jesse, what's a shotgun start format?
Everybody starts at the same time, so everybody's on 1 through 18 holes, and you just go and you finish.
Oh, I thought they all started on the same hole and had to swing at the same time. So there's like 40 people firing balls.
No, that would be hectic.
Yeah, I feel like that might be dangerous. Okay, fair enough. The early bird special is over, but you can still get in. $225 to register as an individual, $900 as a foursome. Whether or not you golf, this is about supporting your community. You can sponsor a hole for as little as $500. If you want to do so, progressivelifecenter.ca or info@progressivelifecenter.ca.
All right.
And how relieved you are.
This is from Gianni.
You're a son of a bitch.
Gianni writes, if you could redo one trade/signing in Leafs history, which one changes their fate the most?
Rask Raycroft.
Yeah, it's got to be Rask Raycroft. There are other candidates, but like you traded a not good goalie for a Hockey Hall of Fame goalie in a 1-for-1 deal.
I think it would be interesting to undo the Phil Kessel deal, never have that done, and have all those picks.
That's probably
Sagan, Hamilton, basically.
Yeah.
Although there's no guarantee.
Who knows what they pick?
Yeah, the Leafs in that era were so fucking dumb that they probably would have whiffed on both.
But Brian Burke jumped the gun. He thought the team was ready for this, and they were a Phil Kessel away from being a Stanley Cup contender, and they weren't. And what if he doesn't do that deal, takes his time with the rebuild, and does a rebuild like properly? And if they're better long term,
I think the problem was the teachers' pension fund wouldn't allow them to do it. And by the way, sorry, I'm wrong. Brian Burke's era in Toronto had some huge warts.
yes.
oh yeah,
But I don't think they were as dumb as the administration that was after him. So I was unfairly pigeonholing him into that. I think Brian made a lot of mistakes. I think he did a lot of good. They didn't make the playoffs, so it ultimately was a failure. But the era after that was the dumb era.
When he started to get things back on the rails, they fired him.
yeah. But Adam, I think you nailed it in that the ownership pressure on Burke was too much. Like that was a thing about that era of Toronto Maple Leafs hockey in the mid and early 2000s and all through that thing. They never wanted to be bad. And it wasn't until they got Tim Leiweke in there and they got Brendan Shanahan in there eventually that they were like, okay, we're going to actually suck and try and do a real. But the 10 years, 20 years before that, after like the Sundin era, the 10 years, I guess, before that, they were like, we can't be bad. We have to try and do everything not to be bad, and just made them this middling, awful team.
Yeah.
And then we entered into an era where they're like, we're good. We're not good enough. Let's see if it works again. History doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme.
There you go.
How many times are they going to try and see if it works again?
Oh man. Hey, you know what I'd love to talk to our 2018 selves. It wasn't until 2018 that we started to go, And then 2021 was when we really went, Yeah, anyway. Thankfully that's over. That's over now.
Oh yeah, is it?
We had a that era question, so I'll ask it. This is from the Couch GM _ Mr. Wright. How do you think the arena crowd will react to Marner's thank you video?
Oh, it says Mariner.
No.
A typo that many Leaf fans will no longer make due to autocorrect.
Octoberoon.
How do you think the arena crowd will react to Marner's thank you video in his first game back in Toronto? Or do you think the Leafs will skip it altogether knowing how loud the fan base feels?
It's going to be mostly... No, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's going to be mostly cheers because this is the most expensive game of the year and you won't be there.
Yeah, there will be booze, but I don't think it'll be that bad.
You son of a...
Really?
What?
Hayden, you're going?
My dad, when the whole Marner stuff came up earlier in the week, and I was staying at my dad's, he just goes, "We have to go to this game." And I was like, "When is it?" And he told me, and I was like, he goes, "Get it off work. I don't care if you're streaming with Adam that night."
You are streaming with me that night.
No, make him work.
He goes, "Drew can do it. I don't care. You're going to the game with me." He goes,
Yo!
and I said, "Dad, are you going to boo Marner?" He goes, "We'll see when we get there." And that means yes.
Okay.
That means yes.
By the way, I think you should do that game. I'll do the Saturday that week because it's a Friday, Saturday. You
So
should, you should
there
do
is
the
no
Marner.
Saturday. That week.
It's Thursday, Friday.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do the Thursday. You do the Friday. You got to do the Marner game.
Yeah, there's it's the Leafs play Friday, Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yeah, Vegas is Thursday, Friday. Leafs are Friday, Sunday.
Okay, you're doing
Right.
Vegas. Is
Yeah,
my point.
that's Steve's game, anyways.
Oh, is it?
You know, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
'cause
We haven't-
It's the Saturday.
Yeah,
At some
okay.
point, we should maybe sit down and talk about this.
Well,
Yeah,
we,
yeah,
well, we
we
got
just
we
did.
have a
There
thing,
you go.
Yeah.
You son of a gun. So your dad, is he going to go in a suit? No. No? Okay. I'm just
We've
saying
met
there's going to be a
Hayden's
lot
dad.
of
He's-
suits and they're allergic to booing.
Yeah. So Hayden's dad's got a personality.
He's gonna be a little,
Yeah.
little double bird action.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Hayden's dad. That's a fan. Okay.
Excellent.
All right, follow-up question. How do we make Hayden work that day?
Buy his $1,500 ticket off.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh my God. Do you know how much the pair cost?
Oh, yeah.
What I'll say, here's what I'll say is my dad's been a season ticket holder since the Leafs moved from Maple Leafs Garden to the ACC, now Scotiabank, but he splits it with like 5 people.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it worked for this game. I do know that he texted his group chat with these guys and was like, "Whatever it is, I'm going."
Oh.
Like I know they split it up usually. Like this guy will get these games because he likes that team. Like my dad always gets the Minnesota game, obviously. But like he went in like a battle axe for this game specifically. So he got it. I don't know how much it is though.
Good for him.
Unbelievable.
Good for
And
him.
I can't wait to send this clip to Drew.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's dad, he had season tickets at Maple Leaf Gardens for the longest time. And he was saying back then his season tickets per game in the upper bowl, the lower bowl, they were going for $9 a game. And the upper bowl ones were going for $2 a game.
Yo.
Back then. And then
Did he take a horse to the game?
Yeah.
Oh my
Right?
He wore his fedora and smoked a cigar.
So back then, those $2
Yeah, with
a
all his
game,
doctor friends.
Yeah.
and they had the upper bowl seats, and then eventually during the Harold Ballard years, they were so sick of the Leafs that I think it was 3 of them who had it, and 2 of the guys were like, "Screw this, we don't want our tickets anymore." And then one of the guys was like, "Okay, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna have these tickets," and he still has them. to
Wow,
this day.
good for
And
him.
he has them at Scotiabank.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. That's
Yeah.
so friggin' cool.
Yeah, but yeah, could you
Lot
imagine?
A lot of generational families. I went with a friend of mine years ago, and we sat at the top level of the upper bowl. The lowest level of the upper bowl. And he said, my grandfather got these in like the 40s. And he said, when the ACC was built, which is now Scotiabank Arena, they brought us in and said, "Which seats do you want?" to everybody. And they picked those because they had the best view. I thought it was cool.
I wish my girlfriend's dad was the one in the group to
Yeah.
decide to keep the tickets, but beggars can't be choosers. This question is for Adam on our Discord from Videomaker 557. They wrote, question for Adam. In the years you worked in Halifax, did you ever get screeched in?
No, you get screeched in Newfoundland.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've been screeched
in Halifax.
in Newfoundland.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've never been to Newfoundland.
They don't do that in Halifax too?
I don't believe so.
No.
No, they just kind of drink.
I think that's a Newfie thing. Very different, right? Like, listen, the Atlantic provinces hate this, and Newfoundland is not a part of the Maritimes. So don't call it that.
Oh.
Newfies will tell you.
Oh, they don't like that either.
We are not. Oh, okay. Newfoundlanders will not. They are not a part of the Maritimes. They're their own thing. And so it's very different cultures everywhere you go. But in Halifax, no, did not get screeched in. Did have many, many, many $1.50 shots because dollar shots were outlawed at that time.
$1.50 shots.
Yeah, or $2 shots. It's hilarious. Anyway,
This one is from Steve. What was your experience getting screeched in? Do you like it?
I don't remember a ton of it, Jesse.
a little drunk there, Stevie.
That's funny. For anybody,
Actually, I do have a story about it.
do you want to explain what it is for anybody who doesn't
So
know?
getting screeched in is so they have this drink called Screech I'm pretty sure it's just like an extra strong rum. I used to know like the lore about it. I don't anymore. It's a really strong rum. I brought some home, and actually now that I think about it, there was a night I brought the Screech to my friend's house, and we for years referred to, was that the Screech night? Because most of us forgot a lot of the details.
That's fair.
That particular evening. But I went to so you drink the Screech, you have to say like some sort of oath to become an honorary Newfoundlander, and you got to kiss a cod. They bring in this codfish, and you got to kiss it. You got to kiss it right on the mouth.
Tongue?
I think they'd be weirded out, but it doesn't explicitly state in the rules you can't French kiss the codfish on the mouth.
As long as it doesn't say no.
Yeah.
It's an option to French kiss it, right?
I think I would love one date because the regiments are now a new team in Newfoundland. Love to get out there and we can all get screeched in and you can remember it this time.
That would be incredible. But here, wait. So I walk into the place and it was very obvious. So like you got to Google like where can I get screeched in? Because you can't just be like screech me in at like any bar that you walk into. So we went to this one and it was very obvious that we showed up for that purpose and an entire women's hockey team who happened to be there for a tournament. This was August 2010. I don't remember why this person was there. It might have been because we were there for the Team Canada World Junior Camp, but I don't remember this guy being involved with that team at all. Mike Keenan walks into the bar, very clearly confused and looking for a friend. He had very clearly, very obviously walked into the wrong bar. But the women's hockey team, who had been there for a while and was extremely drunk, one of them in this booming voice just goes, "Iron Mike!" And they all rush over and grab him, and he had to spend at least 15 minutes taking pictures with everybody before walking out of the bar that he didn't even want to be in to go and find his friend.
Did he say, "I hated Wayne Gretzky"?
He said no, just Nick Kypreos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Hated him. It's weird when you're a few drinks in and you're like, "Is that Mike Keenan?" And it was.
Yep.
Iron Mike!
That's pretty cool. That's very cool.
All right.
Any other questions?
Do we want to take a trip down memory lane to one of our favorite bits of the show called NHL Car Watch?
Yep.
Oh, it's back!
Back in May.
Woo!
Ivan Demidov.
Let's go.
Where does he play?
Purchased a Audi RS6.
Oh, that's a very nice car.
He did this back in May, but there was new photos that surfaced of him with his car, so it was on Habs Reddit, I think like yesterday. Shout out Habs Reddit. We once did a thing for them for their award show.
Oh,
on their
Was that Habs on Reddit?
Habs on Reddit.
Because there's I guess is that the same? Oh yeah,
I think it's Habs are Reddit, isn't it?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
We're getting too caught up there.
I don't know.
Anyway, they're great. We
Our
love them.
Habs. Shout out our Habs. Same thing. You guys are the best. And there was this article actually on Habs Fanatics, which is a whole other website, and they broke down Ivan Demidov's Audi RS purchase. So Demidov needed, I'm going to read directly from the article written by Elias Edmondson. If Demidov needed Lane Hutson to drive him around the city when he first arrived, well, that's no longer the case. He now has his very own car. Demidov now owns a brand new Audi RS6. And yes, we've got the pictures. So you can see it there. There's the pictures.
By the way,
signing the deal.
I love that they're tweeting out and helping us with this bit. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Please continue this.
Yeah.
Multiple
great
angles.
stuff.
Thank you.
It says, wow, a brand new car for Ivan. It might seem trivial, but this is definitely a big deal for him. And it gives him the freedom to get around the city however he likes, alongside his stunning girlfriend. Check out the pictures and post. So this is the post from Location Paramount. I guess is Location Paramount Leasing.
Oh.
They are the ones who sold him the car. Hayden, if you want to bring that off, I'll play the video for you guys. I'll pull that up.
Have you noticed that almost all these pictures we find are the day after it rains?
Is it rainy there?
Have you noticed? I don't know. It's just something about the concrete.
So this is where we have to come to the point of NHL Car Watch. How many tires are you given the Ivan Demidov location paramount video? Hayden, you can bring it up there. Here's the video of him signing jerseys for the entire staff at
good.
location paramount. And there he is getting into his wagon.
Woo! Blacked out in the front like
Audi RS6.
Isn't that a great looking car?
That's a great looking car.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh,
Hey, this is a well done video.
Yeah.
yes.
And look at that, 10,000 likes on it.
Oh, yeah.
So there's this is the thing. Car dealerships do need to do this. This is good for you.
Because they got the collab post too. Because they collabed with Demidov in his Instagram, and he accepted the collab.
Oh, that's sick.
Yep. So
I
that's
gotta
how you're getting
say-
those 10,000 likes. I think this is up there. This for me is 5 tires out of 5.
I give it 5 tires. It's set the new standard, Jesse.
I am going to give this 4 plus
What?
1.
What?
5 tires out of 5.
Hey, would it get invited to Instagram Olympic camp?
Oh,
that
easily.
post, yeah, it would.
Easily.
It would make it.
It'd be Alex Vlasic's car post, and Neil Pionk's car post would not be invited.
Things I think Location Paramount did really well in their post. They showed Demidov doing good for the location. It started off with, we're going to show you in a perfect light. You're going to sit here, sign some jerseys for everyone. We're going to show everybody that this is a man of the people. He did not have to do this for us. He's just here to purchase a car.
Right.
But we're going to include that. And then they go to the car, and we got up-close looks at the car. And we got the inside and the outside. And then
Beautiful
we got
stitching on the seats.
it driving away.
Yeah.
We got the full experience with Demidov at Location Paramount, 5 out of 5.
And I know 1,000,000% one of those autographed jerseys is now hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In a shadow box.
Which I got to say, as a sports memorabilia collecting maximalist, I love.
You can bring
I
it
love
back
it
up
a
there,
lot.
Aiden.
They didn't include his license plate, did they?
No.
No. You
Check.
can't.
Also, I
There's
love
nothing
that
on
in
the front
Quebec,
there.
I think you don't have to have a license plate on the front of your car. Because guess what? That's stupid and no one should do that anymore. But we do that in Ontario and it makes you put holes in your bumper when you don't need to. Nobody needs a friggin' license plate on the front of a car. It's
By the way,
so stupid.
You know how many people are about to find this
I
out for the
hate
first
it.
time? The the dealership that you got the car from?
Yeah.
The little thing that goes around your license plate?
Yeah, like the frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's illegal to have that. You got to take it off.
Yeah.
So that is like a fuck you ticket. There are a number of things where if they don't like you, they can be like, you know what? And your windows are tinted. Yeah. And your license plate's not on right. And you got a stupid haircut.
Yeah.
And like they'll just ticket you for everything.
I go to a location to purchase a vehicle to drive it around, and you are sending me home with an illegal item on my vehicle.
You're not sending me home with a road-ready vehicle.
No. You are telling me to drive off of the lot in an illegal car.
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
So many people just found this out for the first time.
Take the tape, please.
I didn't know
Go
that.
home and take it off your car right now. You'll get a ticket.
Hayden didn't know. Hayden
I had
didn't
no
know.
idea.
yeah.
Never
There's
heard
4
of that.
people
No.
in this room. None of us knew.
No,
heard
I've
of
seen the ticket. It's a ticket they can just hand out to you if they don't want to.
Yeah.
if they want to.
You know who they should ticket is the dealer.
Yes.
Why are you ticketing the driver?
Why are dealerships allowed to do this?
They're not. Well, it's also like, so in Ontario, you're not allowed to tint the front windows, and yet every other car I see on the road has tinted front windows. Because they want the cops, if they pull you over, they want to be able to see in the car. Back windows are fine. But I'm always like, man, hey, so instead of going after the singular drivers that have the you could just go to the tint shops and go, guys, if we find out you did this, it's a fine. And then you just eliminate the problem. Instead, they're like, nope, let's pick on the little guy.
Yeah. No,
It's outrageous.
If you're in Ontario, look at every single car on the road that has a little thing around its license plate that says Dangle's Dealership Scarborough.
Go look at the
That
ones
is-
that don't have it. You'll be like, oh, that's
illegal.
weird.
That is illegal to have on your car.
Well, and the reason they don't ticket you for, like, you're never going to get pulled over for just that.
Exactly.
Ever.
It's the stupid
Because
tax.
everyone has it. But yeah, if
You show a little attitude, well,
yeah.
Your ticket just went up.
Yeah. No, we know a guy who got a really bad speeding ticket in high school, and the cop was like, you know what? And you have tinted, and this is expired, and there's all sorts of ways they can just.
He
go.
started doing the tack-ons.
Yeah. And the cop goes. So is this your first ticket?
Uh-oh.
And the kid thinks he's about to get out of it, and he goes, yeah, it is. And the cop goes, well, made it a good one.
Oh my God!
Wow! Holy shit!
That's an ass.
Damn.
Yeah,
That dude's an asshole.
No.
How fast was he going?
Fast.
He deserved this?
Yeah.
Okay. Never.
Yeah.
Then he taught him a lesson.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. No,
That's
I guess
great.
I'm on the cop's side. That doesn't sound right.
Shouldn't have done it.
Shouldn't have done it.
All right, well, just a reminder, the Drew and Stu are doing their live stream Sunday night at 8 o'clock on the SDPN YouTube channel. So if you want to watch some football, along with two guys who love watching football, that's a great place to start.
It might be the first and last time we allow Cam to be live on our channel.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
It's must watch. It is must watch.
It is
TV.
always must watch with Cam.
Can't wait for Drew and Hayden's football show.
The Steve Dangle Podcast. Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.